Ollie, could you dry the dishes for me?
Sorry, Mom. I'm going out to play. Ollie, could you help us out here? Sorry, guys, but I'm on my way to the park.
Ollie, can you help me here with the leaves?
Sorry, Dad, but I'm going to play with friends.
One moment, my little grasshopper.
Grasshopper?
Ollie, let me tell you a little story. The ants went planting in the month of May, working hard in the sun all day. A little ant asked the grasshopper,
Can you help?
The grasshopper said,
No, not today.
The ants went weeding in the month of June, every morning and afternoon. A little ant asked the grasshopper,
Can you help?
The grasshopper said,
First I'll fiddle a tune.
The ants went digging in the month of July, when it was wet and when it was dry. A little ant asked the grasshopper,
Can you help?
The grasshopper said,
Sorry, I must fly.
August was busy for the ants. They had no time to play or dance. A little ant asked the grasshopper,
Can you help?
The grasshopper said,
No, not a chance.
In September the ants cut hay, working hard the livelong day. A little ant asked the grasshopper,
Can you help?
The grasshopper said,
What? Me? No way.
In October it was time to pick.
A storm is coming! Quick, quick, quick!
A little ant asked the grasshopper,
Can you help?
The grasshopper said,
Maybe in a little bit.
In November they worked all day, storing all the veggies away. A little ant asked the grasshopper,
Can you help?
The grasshopper said,
I'd rather play.
In December the work was done. The ants had parties and lots of fun. The grasshopper asked,
Can I come in?
The ants weren't sure. They all said,
We asked for help the whole year long, but you just played and fiddled your
a
song.
little ant asked.
On a mountain lived together, together, together. On a mountain lived together three Billy Goats Gruff. Billy the little, and Billy the middle.
and Billy the biggest.
Three Billy Goats Gruff. By the mountain was a river, a river, a river. By the mountain was a river which they wanted to cross.
Who wants to go first?
I want to go first. Can I go first? Said little Billy Goat Gruff. Yay! He trotted to the river, the river, the river. He trotted to the river and he jumped on the bridge. Clippity, cloppity, hippity, hoppity. But then he was stopped by a big bad troll.
Who's clippity-clopping and hippity-hopping? Who's clip-clopping all over my bridge?
I'm Billy the little goat gruff.
Before I get thinner, I'll eat you for dinner.
Would this be the end for the little goat gruff? Oh, please, Mr. Mr. Troll. I'm just Billy the little goat gruff. Why don't you wait for my older brother? He's much bigger and tastier than I am, and fatter too.
Yum! Be off with you and hurry up. I'll wait for Billy the middle goat gruff.
Billy the middle went down to the river and he jumped on the bridge. Clippity, cloppity, hippity, hoppity. But then he was stopped by a big bad troll.
Who's clippity-clopping and hippity-hopping? Who's clip-clopping all over my bridge?
I'm Billy the middle goat gruff.
Before I get thinner, I'll eat you for dinner.
Would this be the end for the middle goat gruff? Oh, please, Mr. Troll. I'm just Billy the middle goat gruff. Why don't you wait for my older brother? He's much bigger and tastier than I am, and fatter too.
Yum! Be off with you and hurry up. I'll wait for Billy the biggest goat gruff.
Billy the biggest went down to the river and he jumped on the bridge.
Clippity-cloppity, hippity-hoppity.
But then he was stopped by a big bad troll.
Who's clippity-clopping and hippity-hopping? Who's clip-clopping all over my bridge? I'm Billy the biggie goat gruff. Before I get thinner, I'll eat you for dinner.
Would this be the end for the biggest goat gruff?
I don't think so, Mr. Troll.
Billy the biggest backed up. He put his head down and charged at the troll. He sent the troll sailing, flapping, and flailing. The troll, he went sailing right over the moon. Happily ever after, happily ever after lived the Billy goats gruff. Billy the little, and Billy the middle,
And Billy the biggest.
3 Billy goats gruff.
What do you think the kids are up to?
I'm not sure, but they sure are excited.
They said to be in the living room at 3 o'clock.
It's almost time. 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, please sit back and enjoy our presentation of a famous old story. The tortoise, hello, and the hare, hello. Ready, Ollie? Ready. Ready, Holly? Ready. Ready, Dewey? Ready. Let's go! One day a rude hare, feeling boastful and proud, said to the tortoise in a voice very loud, "You are enormous and heavy and slow. You crawl and you waddle wherever you go." The tortoise said, "Hare, that might be quite true. I'm slow, but I think I'm more steady than you." "Who needs to be steady?" Hare said with a giggle, and his whiskers going gets tough, don't ever, no never, don't ever give up. Help! Don't worry, Dewey. Here I come. Haha, I was just joking. I'm okay, Ollie. Help! Don't worry, Dewey. I'll save you. Haha, fooled you.
Dewey, come over here, and I'll tell you a little story. It's about a little shepherd boy named Bob. And he was just about your age, Dewey. There was a little boy who watched the sheep. There was a little boy who watched the sheep. The little boy,
My name is Bob.
guarding the flock was his job, so the wolf wouldn't rob the farmer's sheep. He thought it would be fun to play a trick. He thought it would be fun to play a trick. He thought it would be fun to fool everyone and make the farmer run just for a trick. He shouted down the hill,
There's a wolf, come quick.
he shouted down the hill.
There's a wolf, come quick.
But when the farmer came, he could see it was a game. It was very plain to see there was no wolf.
No wolf.
Little boy, don't you play that trick again.
Yes, sir.
Little boy, don't you play that trick again.
Yes, sir.
Because if you tell a lie, I won't believe you by and by. So never cry wolf again.
No, sir.
But later on the boy did it again.
Wolf, wolf.
Later on the boy did it again.
Wolf, wolf.
But when the farmer came, he could see it was the same. It was very plain there was no wolf.
No wolf.
Little boy, don't you play that trick again.
Yes, sir.
Little boy, don't you play that trick again.
Yes, sir.
It's not very nice to have to tell you twice. So never, never cry wolf again.
No, sir.
But then a real wolf came along.
Oh, no.
But then a real wolf came along.
Oh, no.
The wolf began to creep in among the little sheep, and the boy began to weep.
It's a wolf. Oh, no.
He shouted down the hill.
There's a wolf, come quick.
He shouted down the hill.
There's a wolf, come quick.
But the farmer never came because he thought it was a game, and that sure was a shame.
But it's a wolf. Oh, no.
The wolf took all the farmer's sheep away.
Bye-bye.
The wolf took all the farmer's sheep away.
Bye-bye.
Every lamb and every ewe, there was nothing Bob could do. The wolf took all the farmer's sheep away.
Toodaloo. I'm sorry, Mr. Farmer, I was wrong.
Good boy.
I'm sorry, Mr. Farmer, I was wrong.
Good boy.
I promise I will try to never tell a lie.
And he never ever told a lie again.
The end. I'm sorry, Holly and Ollie. I won't ever try to trick you again. Once upon a time, there lived... Come on, follow me! This is the story of a boy named Jack who lived with his mother in a little old shack. They once had a goose who laid gold eggs, which a giant stole. Now they had to beg. Now they had to beg.
We need to buy some food somehow. Jack, we'll have to sell our cow.
I'll do it, Mama. Please don't you worry.
It's a long way to market, so you'd better hurry.
Run, Jack, run.
That's the prettiest cow I've ever seen. I'll buy her for 5 magic beans.
Jack showed Mama when he got back home.
I shouldn't have sent you out alone.
No, no, to grow. Grow, grow, grow. Out from the ground a beanstalk grew, up to the clouds and then straight through. Mama, look, it's a giant vine. Jack jumped on the stalk and began to climb. Climb, Jack, climb. He climbed higher and higher and higher. He was so excited he never got tired. When he got to the top, he found a road that was paved with solid gold. Gold, gold, gold. I've never seen a castle so tall. He slipped through a hole that was in the wall. This castle isn't cozy or warm or merry. This castle is dark and cold and scary. No, no, no. Just then, from the end of the big, big room came a huge, huge voice. It began to boom.
Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell a boy, by gosh, by gum.
Run, Jack, run. It was the very same giant who stole their goose. Jack wanted to run, but it wasn't any use. He was so afraid he couldn't move his legs, till he saw the goose who laid gold eggs. Gold, gold eggs. I'll bring that goose back home, and then my mama will never be poor again. And with that thought, Jack's courage grew. He knew exactly what to do. Go, Jack, go. Lola, quick, come right away. Please come now. Do not delay. Lola magically appeared. Freeze that giant with the big black beard. Go, Lola, go. A mist shot out of Lola's nose, and what do you know? The giant froze. Jack grabbed the goose and ran and ran. I must get home as fast as I can. Run, Jack, run. Down, down, down the stalk went Jack, and at the bottom, whack, whack, whack. Jack chopped the beanstalk till it fell. Mama cried out,
Well, well, well.
well, well, well. They shared the gold with all their friends and never saw that giant again. The house was always filled with laughter, and they all lived happily ever after. That's the end. Mom, can you read me a story?
Are you sure, Dewey? You look very sleepy to me.
No, I'm not. I'm just resting my eyes.
Well, all right then. How about this one, Dewey? Little Red Riding Hood.
Yes, please.
Little Red Riding Hood phoned her granny, phoned her granny, phoned her granny. Granny said, I don't feel well. Would you please come today? Little Red went right away, right away, right away. Down the forest path she went, but then she met a wolf.
Little girl, how do you do? How do you do? How do you do?
I'm sorry, Wolf. I cannot stop. I'm gonna go see my granny.
Little Red Riding Hood ran away, ran away, ran away. But that wolf knew a shorter way to get to Granny's faster. The wolf put Granny under the bed, under the bed, under the bed.
Don't say a word!
That bad wolf said, and he put on Granny's nightie. Little Red Riding Hood knocked on the door, on the door, on the door.
Can I come in, Granny?
Come in, my dear, and don't forget that basket.
My, what great big ears you have. Ears you have, ears you have. Granny, what great big ears you have.
The better to hear you with.
He said,
My, what great big eyes you have! Eyes you have, eyes you have. Granny, what great big eyes you have!
The better to see you with,
he said.
My, what great big teeth you have! Teeth you have, teeth you have. Granny, what great big teeth you have!
the better to eat you with.
He said. Up he jumped and she jumped back. She jumped back, she jumped back. Up he jumped and she jumped back and hid behind the table. Then out popped Granny and she was mad. She was mad, she was mad. She chased him with a broom she had. She chased him around the room. Out you go, wolf, shoo, shoo, shoo. Shoo, 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 shoo. Out you go, wolf, shoo, shoo, shoo. And don't you ever come back. I feel much better, Granny said. Granny said, Granny said, I feel much better.
So do I!
And now let's have a picnic. The wolf was never seen again, seen again, seen again. And that is how the story ends. Now go to sleep, my Dewey. Mwah. Good night, Dewey. Once upon a time there were 3 brown bears, and they lived in the deep dark woods. One fine day as the porridge cooled, they walked around the neighborhood.
The porridge was too hot!
Down the path through the deep dark woods, a little girl skipped along. Goldilocks was the little girl's name, and she didn't know right from wrong.
Hello? Is anyone home?
In the kitchen she saw 3 bowls on the kitchen table. She grabbed a chair and climbed right up as fast as she was able.
Yummy! Porridge!
She took a taste from Papa's bowl.
Yuck, it's much too hot!
She took a taste from Mama's bowl.
Yuck, it's much too cold!
She took a taste from Baby's bowl.
This one tastes just right!
And she ate with a spoon, and very, very soon she swallowed every bite.
Look at those comfy rocking chairs!
She sat down on Papa Bear's chair.
This is much too hard!
She sat down on Mama Bear's chair.
This is much too soft!
She sat down on Baby Bear's chair.
This one feels just right!
And she rocked till the chair fell apart. She had quite a fright.
Ouch! Ooh, look at those comfy beds!
She lay down on Papa Bear's bed.
This is much too hard!
She lay down on Mama Bear's bed.
This is much too soft!
She lay down on Baby Bear's bed.
This one feels just right!
She pulled back the covers and snuggled in, and then turned off the light.
Good night!
Someone's been eating from my bowl,
said Big Papa Bear. Someone's been eating from my bowl, said Big Mama Bear.
Someone's been eating from my bowl, and there's nothing left for me!
Baby Bear was very sad, as sad as sad can be.
someone's been sitting in my chair,
said Big Papa Bear. Someone's been sitting in my chair, said Big Mama Bear.
Someone's been sitting in my chair and broke it all apart!
And Baby Bear began to cry with all his little heart.
been sleeping in my bed?
Said Big Papa Bear.
Someone's been sleeping in my bed.
Said Big Mama Bear.
Someone's been sleeping in my bed. And she is still there.
And Goldilocks woke up to see 3 very angry bears.
Not so fast.
Said Papa Bear.
We'd better have a talk.
I'm very, very sorry.
Said little Goldilocks. Goldilocks and Baby Bear became the best of friends. And that, my little Dewey, is how the story ends.
Thanks, Mom.
I can run faster than you. Faster than anyone or anything.
Oh, really? Then I'd like to challenge you to a race.
A race? Indeed. What fun. Once upon a time, a tortoise and a hare decided on a race just for a dare. The hare was very sure he would win hands down, but the tortoise Archibald thought,
That won't get me down.
Hedwig the hare was speedy and Archibald was slow. He almost missed his cue when they said ready, set, go. Slow and steady wins the race. Be like Archibald. He wasn't very snappy, but always gave his all. The hare raced like a bullet at the speed of light. While the tortoise took his time, he had a goal in sight. Hedwig knew he'd win, so he stopped to take a nap, as Archibald was nowhere close to catching up in laps. Slow and steady wins the race. Be like Archibald. He wasn't very snappy, but always gave his all. So the hare fell asleep under a shady tree, and Archie heard him snore as he passed him on mile 3. When Archie crossed the finish line, everyone said, hooray! Hedwig heard the noise. Well, well, you don't say. Slow and steady wins the race. Be like Archibald. He wasn't very snappy, but always gave his all. A gold medal for Archibald. He cheated, Hedwig cried.
He won fair and square, with a slow and steady stride.
Hedwig now was sad he didn't win the race, but Archie tried to cheer him.
Put on a happy face. It's just a silly contest, not worth a silly fight. Friendship's what's important.
And with that they made things right. Slow and steady wins the race. Be like Archibald. That sleepy tortoise finished first, and he didn't run, he crawled.
Dad, read. Ooh, Jack and the Beanstalk. I like that one.
Okay, Dewey. Shall we?
Little Jack and his hopeful mom were poor and had no food. So Jack traded their cow for some magic beans to a man in the neighborhood.
Plant them in your garden. You'll find a huge surprise.
And just like that, a beanstalk grew so high it touched the sky.
Wow!
Fee, fi, fo, fum. The beanstalk grew and touched the sun. Fee, fi, fiddly dum.
I think I'll climb. It looks like fun.
So Jack climbed up the leafy vines to a castle in the sky. But when he got there, what did he see? A giant, me oh my!
Oh!
He turned to face the giant, a scary, hungry man, who wanted Jack for breakfast.
No!
This was not in Little Jack's plan.
Fee, fi, fo, fum. What have I here? Yum, yum, yum. Fee, fi, fiddly dum. I'm gonna eat you. Run, run, run.
The giant roared, but Jack broke free and listened to him rant.
Lay golden eggs, you foolish hen, and don't tell me you can't.
The giant pointed to a golden harp with the face of a sad, sad girl. And he ordered her to play a tune, then he shook the whole wide world.
Fee, fi, fo, fum. The giant's work is never done. Fee, fi, fiddly dum. A boy for breakfast, yum, yum, yum.
But the music made the giant sleep, so Jack he made some tracks. Down the stalk he slipped and slid and headed for his axe. He chopped off half the beanstalk, the giant tumbled down. The hen and harp came down as well, and the giant broke his crown. Fee, fi, fo, fum. Jack got away from the giant one. Fee, fi, fiddly dum. The hen and the harp escaped that chum. Now the hen laid eggs that Jack could sell to buy back his lovely cow. And the harp now smiled and loved to sing. Have a listen.
Whoa!
A party was in order, and all the neighbors came. Jack was very famous. Everyone knew his name. Fee, fi, fo, fum. Jack the hero saved his mum. Fee, fi, fiddly dum. Cake and milk for everyone.
Story time! Let's do the story of Little Red Riding Hood.
I want to play Little Red. And Bingo, you can be in it too.
Okay. And Dad can be the huntsman. Okay, Dad?
Radio. There once was a girl all dressed in red.
Oh boy, oh boy,
No, not a boy, but a girl instead.
oh boy, oh boy.
She went to visit her gran, who was not feeling well, and her puppy followed through the woodsy dell.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Now remember what I told you. Go straight to Grandma's house and don't talk to anyone along the way.
Yes, Mom.
Little Red brought goodies wrapped up nice,
Oh boy, oh boy,
because her gran loved sugar and spice.
oh boy, oh boy.
But once in the woods, a wolf saw Little Red.
And where are you off to, dear?
He said,
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Nope, nope, nope. I'm not going to talk to you. I'm on my way. Well, all right. I don't want to be rude. We're taking this to Granny's
Oh
place.
boy, oh boy,
The poor dear's sick, so we'd better race.
oh boy, oh boy.
Then Red waved goodbye, but the wolf thought,
Yes, I'll follow her, I must confess.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
I know my way around these woods, and I'm pretty fast.
the wolf dashed into Grandma's place.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Get in the closet and hide your face.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
With Granny locked up, he got in bed.
I'm a poor old lady.
The hairy wolf said,
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Who's there?
It's me, Granny.
Come in, dear.
Hello, Granny.
said Red when she walked inside.
Oh boy, oh boy. I thought I heard a desperate cry. Oh boy, oh boy. What was that?
Cried Little Red.
Nothing, dear. Come here.
He pled.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Whoops.
Uh-oh.
Why, Granny, what big ears you have.
Why, yes. Why, yes.
And Granny, what big eyes you have.
Why, yes. Why, yes.
And Granny, what big teeth you have.
Why, yes, I'm blessed.
Oh no, oh no.
Oh, yes. The better to eat you with.
Bingo.
Cried Little Red Riding Hood.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Then a huntsman who was chopping wood
Oh boy, oh boy.
broke through the door, and he grabbed that beast and knocked him out.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. You're a naughty wolf. Go away and don't you ever come back here.
Well, the huntsman freed Red's grand,
Oh boy, oh boy.
and Red said,
I'm your biggest fan. Oh boy, oh boy. It's all my fault.
said Little Red.
I didn't listen to what Mama said. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That was kind of scary.
But it all worked out in the end, didn't it?
She should have listened to her mommy.
And the wolf went away and never ever came back.
Hooray!
Here's the story of the little boy who cried wolf. A little boy who tended sheep, tended sheep, tended sheep, sat on a hill like Little Bo Peep and tried not to fall asleep. To pass the time and make some fun, make some fun, make some fun, he cried out
Wolf!
to everyone.
My poor sheep are on the run! Help! Wolf! There's a wolf chasing my sheep! Help!
It was just a joke he laughed about, laughed about, laughed about.
It's so funny that folks came out!
And he laughed when they began to shout.
We don't see a wolf.
Said a villager there.
The sheep are fine. Was that just a dare? It was a joke just to pass the time. It's no big deal. It's not a crime. You all look so scared.
One day passed and the boy had a plan, had a plan, had a plan.
I think I'll do it all again, just because I can.
And just because it seemed like fun, seemed like fun, seemed like fun, he cried out
Wolf!
to everyone.
My poor sheep are on the run! Help! Help! Wolf! My poor sheep! Help!
But it was just a joke that he laughed about, laughed about, laughed about. And once again, the folks came out. But when they saw no wolf, they began to shout.
We don't see a wolf anywhere.
The sheep are fine. Now that's not fair. It was just a joke to pass the time. It's no big deal. It's not a crime.
But the little boy giggled and thought it was funny that once again he fooled all the villagers. Then one day while tending his flock, tending his flock, tending his flock, the boy saw a wolf and went into shock.
I'd better call for help.
He thought,
Help! Help! Wolf! My poor sheep! Help! Help me! Help me! It's the big bad guy! Big bad guy! Big bad guy! It's the truth, I swear! I would not lie! Please come help me! Hear me cry! Help! Help! There's a wolf! Really? Help!
the villagers heard his crying plea, crying plea, crying plea, but they thought it was a joke, you see. So they had cake and cups of tea. So on that day he came to town, came to town, came to town. The villagers gathered all around, and he said,
I'm sorry that I let you down. I'm sorry that I let you down. I sure learned my lesson. Yay!
Let's read the story of the tortoise and the hare.
Yay! Oh, please, I want to be the hare.
Okay, Lily.
I want to be the tortoise. I love turtles.
Well, here goes.
I bet I could beat you in a race. Sure you can. A race you want, then a race you'll get. You're on. A tortoise and a hare made a bet one day. I could beat you in a race. Not a chance, no way. Oh yeah? Uh-huh. So they shook on it, and they made a pact. May the best one win. I'll see you at the track. She'll see you at the track. Keep your focus, don't hold back. You can do it just like that. Huff and puff and keep your pace. Slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady. The whistle blew and then ready, set, and go! The hare took off like wind, but the tortoise was slow. Yup! The speedy hare, she soared over many miles like a rocket ship, but the tortoise just smiled. I can do this! Yes, I can! Just keep my focus, 'cause I'm the man! Wait, I thought you were a tortoise! I get so confused. Keep your focus, don't hold back. You can do it just like that. Huff and puff and keep your pace. Slow and steady wins the race. Not. I think I'll stop and rest just for a spell, 'cause I'm way ahead of that tortoise shell. I deserve a break. The hare was snoring loud and very, very deep. When the tortoise passed, she was fast asleep. Almost there I am, on the last lap now. If I should ever win, I'll take the biggest bow. How do tortoises bow? Keep your focus, don't hold back. You can do it just like that. Huff and puff and keep your pace. Slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady. Well, the tortoise did it. He crossed the finish line, and everybody cheered. Yay! You did oh so fine! Hooray! What happened? How did you win? Well, I just kept my steady pace. Yup. The hare was really sad that she lost the race. Oh, come on, cheer up. I'll make a silly face. See? Like this. It's just a silly contest. Well, I guess you're right. It's friendship that really counts. Keep your focus, don't hold back. You can do it just like that. Huff and puff and keep your pace. Slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race. Congratulations, buddy.
I won!
Huh? What did you win?
What are my choices?